all over the world. If you are tuning in, you are seeing the beautiful face of Golden Globe nominee and Hairspray star, Nikki Blonsky.
Good morning. Hi.
Good morning. What is the famous song that you always sing?
Oh, well, it's usually Good Morning, Baltimore. But right now, it's really Good Morning, Quarantine.
I know that's right. It seems like a lot of people are waking up to this. And how are you handling all of this?
This has been unbelievable. I woke up, when the quarantine started, I saw the video of Italy of everybody in the piazza singing Good Morning Baltimore out their window. And I was like, that's amazing. Like, it's bringing people together, and it makes me feel so good. I'm glad that, it's a rough time for the world right now, but I'm just really proud to have been part of something that means something to so many people.
Right. And so your family is okay. Everybody's okay. Staying safe.
The Blonsky bunch is okay. Quarantining with the Blonskys. I swear there should be a reality show right now because.
And
wow.
I know all of them, and I totally agree. Your family is a hoot.
Yes. Oh, that's saying, but nicely, yes.
So cool. I'm trying to pull up Nikki right now. Everybody who's tuning in, so I can see the comments and everything. So please feel free to send some comments. But until then, you were just in Vogue magazine this week.
Yesterday,
I know.
Crazy.
You said it to me. You're like, I'm in Vogue.
I know.
I'm trying to get on Ebony, but they won't let me.
Oh, well, we're going to have to fix that. I'm going to have to talk to my friend Queen Latifah. I'm sure she could pull some strings.
Tell her.
I will tell the Queen.
I told you this story about Queen Latifah. She was in Shreveport, which is where you and I met, Louisiana. She was doing a movie called Money House or House Money or something like that, right? And so I met her father in a way. You remember this? And she was getting her motorcycle's license, and her dad asked if she could borrow my driver's book where you learn how to drive in Louisiana. I loaned it to her, and she never gave it back. So next time you see her, if she remembers that,
Dana
she never gave back my Louisiana driver's book.
No. I will have to talk to her about that. I have to. My friends return their library books.
Oh, I know, but I think she did get her motorcycle's license, so that's cool. So you were in Vogue because Hairspray, and we were planning this like a couple of days before we even knew this, but Hairspray is now on Netflix.
Hairspray's on Netflix. It's there right now. Like a lot of people are watching it. And yesterday I was in my backyard and I was just, on my social media, and Adam Shankman, our director, posted that picture that I texted you of me in Vogue magazine on top of the garbage truck saying Hairspray is one of the top 8 movies right now on Netflix to be watched during the quarantine. We're number 3. And I was like, oh my God, like it was so exciting. And Jabari, I was so excited. I thought my dad was in the backyard, and I had my phone, and I was live on Instagram, and I turned around the corner and I go, guess what? I'm in Vogue magazine. Nobody was in the backyard.
Oh,
crickets for miles.
You should have just shouted it out loud. You got that big personality.
I went live and I was like, guess what? I was so excited because to me, Vogue is such like a huge deal, and as a plus size woman, there haven't been a lot of plus size women on the cover of Vogue. And I think if there's anybody to be on the cover of Vogue, I think it's Tracy Turnblad. Come on.
Of course.
Especially right now, everybody wants somebody to believe in, and she is the people's champ. So I think it'd be fun.
Awesome. So I'm right now, if you're just tuning in, we have like 200 and some people watching right now. It's still climbing, but if you have any questions for Nikki, please just jump in. I'm reading the comments. She can't see them, but I can ask them to her. We got people joining us from Cali, a little bit of everywhere. So that's cool. So Hairspray, how long has it been since you guys did Hairspray?
This summer is going to be 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember watching it in theaters before I knew you. I had met you a year-ish after it released. Yeah. No, it was very close.
Yeah.
because I had it as a ringtone.
Oh God. Oh.
And it rung. We were doing your 21st birthday party at the hockey game, if you remember
Right.
that. And it
I
rang,
do.
and it was Good Morning in Baltimore. I was like, my apologies. I was
Oh
a
my
fan
God.
way before.
No, you know I love you. You can please.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was
That's
so
so cool.
yes. For everybody just watching, Jabari had a big party for me in Shreveport at a hockey game. It was amazing. It was so fun. We had some good times, my friend.
It really did. We met on the set of the Lifetime movie Queen Size, if you haven't seen that. That was when I first met you. That was my first movie role ever. So it was a pretty big deal. You know, that was when the iPhones first came out because Joey got one, your brother.
Yeah.
And I was like, give me that thing. And
Yeah.
because it was still new. Nobody knew what that was really. And it was very popular. I
Joey
remember that.
Blonsky is always ahead of the curve.
How is Joey, by the way?
Joey is great. Joey's doing well. Getting a little antsy with all this Corona talk, but
Yeah.
he's just very worried about my parents because they're prime age. So we're just being really diligent, trying to keep them in. We're doing the errands, whatever we have to do, but we're trying to stay inside. But he's good.
Awesome. Good deal. So now you actually recently worked with a legend who passed away not too long ago. You want to tell us a little bit about that film and what it was like working with this particular actor?
Oh, it was such a blessing. I did a movie called The Last Movie Star. It's with Ariel Winter from Modern Family, who's a brilliant actress. And then we have Clark Duke, who's from Hot Tub Time Machine. He's hysterical. We had some really great people. But then we had the cream of the crop, the best, the legend, the man himself, Mr. Burt Reynolds. And that was just crazy to me because he was growing up, his movies were constantly played in my house. My grandparents loved him. My uncle, who was my world, was his everything. So, we just loved Burt Reynolds. And then when I got to work with him and then get to know him for like the person that he is and what he likes and what music he likes. And we were on set and he actually said to me, because Clark told him that I was in Hairspray, and he said, oh, that's nice. And then we started filming and he goes, cut, Nikki. And I'm like, yes. And he said, would you sing something for me? And everybody just stopped. We just stopped filming. And I sang him Crazy by Patsy Cline because that was my favorite singer. And ironically, Patsy was one of his best friends. So after that, him and I were inseparable. They would have to come to his trailer to find me because I would just be in there hanging out. Like, we were buddies. And when he passed away, it was so sad because he was just so loved, but he lived a wonderful life and he meant so much to so many people. So if you haven't seen that movie, honestly, that's one of the ones I'm most proud of because the story of just like, being an actor and Jabari, it's tough. It's not easy. So that's what the movie's about. It's about an actor trying to get back one more time before, the last curtain call.
Oh, Burt Reynolds. Let me tell you, he was in Golden Girls. I saw him in one episode. And you and I love Golden Girls,
that
right?
That is our show. When we were at your house last year, that's all we did was just watch Golden Girls.
Yeah.
So fun.
I love Golden Girls.
They're the best. And when I grow up, I can only dream to have like a career like Betty White or Rue McClanahan. Like, those women are legends, Yeah. So that's who I try to like emulate my career choices on. Women like that.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So a lot of people don't know, but you've done a lot of stuff, or actually you've done stuff on like cruise lines and stuff. You actually sing for a living too.
I do. That's what a lot of people like don't really realize is that I've been singing since I'm 3. Singing is my first passion. I've been training since I'm 8 for it. So I've sang on a lot of gay cruises. I've performed at Pride. I'm performing at Pride this year in Alabama. I'm going to be down there for Birmingham Pride. I'll be performing on the main stage the weekend of June 14th. I'm going to be there with some great friends of mine. It's going to be fun. Corpus Christi is talks for that. We're trying to get New York. So who knows? It's so much fun. I just love to sing. It makes me feel good. Honestly, something that we did on Sunday, a friend of mine and I with the quarantine, we just decided to sing, and we just went live on my Instagram, and we just sang for like 2 hours for everybody, and just everything from Hairspray to Natalie Imbruglia to Joan Jett. We just to try and like, bring everybody's spirits up a little bit right now.
That's awesome. And I'm going to read some comments here that people are writing.
This is always the part that makes me so nervous.
Donna asked, do you still stay in touch with John Travolta, who played your mother, ironically, in Hairspray?
I do. Do. John I just spoke to him yesterday, no lie, because I text him a picture of this article, and he wrote back, I have to say I'd agree. And I said, I do too, because I said Hairspray is just one of those movies that just makes you feel good. And so, yeah, I speak to him. He is probably who I'm closest with from the movie, because once you have like a bond like that, we're tied for life, and I adore him. And getting Hairspray and getting to work with him was the greatest gift of my life, for sure.
Awesome. It was funny probably seeing him in drag, right? I mean, you've had your days of seeing people in drag. But
I have, but when it's Danny Zuko, it's a whole other ball game.
Did he joke around a lot too while he was in drag?
He did. John has such a lighthearted sense of humor, and he's very light on his feet, and he's just like, John has the best personality. See, he was just having a good time, and he was just making us all comfortable and laugh and joke. It was a really great atmosphere. I would do it again over in a heartbeat if I could.
Awesome. That's so sweet. Let's see what other people are saying. Kimberly says, okay, cool. I got to do something on my Facebook page quickly. But Kimberly says, my daughter loves you and Hairspray. Thank you for an amazing movie. Tyrone is asking, how did you land such an ironic role?
Tyrone. It was a road, my friend. I went through 6 months of auditions. I had heard about the movie. They said not to send in any tapes. I sent in a tape. They said we're not going to view them. And there I was 6 months later. New York, LA, Baltimore, I went all over for these auditions. Nothing was going to get in my way. So
wow. And where were you working prior to landing that big role?
I was working at a Cold Stone.
Singing your heart away, weren't you?
You know I was. Here at Cold Stone, we sing songs. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I'm eating ice cream all day long. Oh, the doo-dah day. Hey! I mean, it's the same thing as Hairspray, right, Jabari?
Sort of, but Hairspray was fun.
Right, yeah.
So
Cold Stone was just sticky.
For those of you that haven't seen Hairspray, it's a musical. You guys should check it out. It's about really diversity and integration, which is really cool. It's a musical for the new millennials because it's 15 years old, right? Like kids haven't seen it, but I encourage you to watch it with your family. It's very educational and learning. But I will tell you this just to kind of piggyback on what you just said, being like educational and learning. One of the greatest compliments I ever gotten about Hairspray was at the SAG Awards from Angelina Jolie. Mm-hmm. I went up to her because you're kind of allowed to, like, during commercial break, kind of like go and talk to each other. She's one of my idols. So I was like, I don't know. And you met her, yeah. Yeah, I said, I don't know when I'm going to see her again. And I went up to her and she turned around and she said, Tracy Turnblad. I went, I was so excited. She said, my kids love you. She said, I have to thank you. I said, for what? She said, if it wasn't for Hairspray, she goes, we have an integrated family. She said, and my kids didn't realize that African-American kids and white kids could not dance together at a point in time. She said, and Brad and I sat them down and gave them a very long discussion, a lesson on, this was a point in history. She goes, so you educated my children, but you did it in such a fun way. Wow. She goes, and I was like, thank you. White for somebody like that to come up to you and say, what do you even say? I was just like, thank you. I love you. I'm going to go cry in the corner now. That's awesome. And a lot of people don't know Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, they have 20 kids together, but they're all different races. Yeah, they do. So it was, and getting feedback like that is just so great for me because it means that, people are paying attention and listening and that
kids are learning, and we wanted kids to learn with Hairspray. That was the message of it. We wanted people to have fun. And that's what I love about it, is we don't hit people over the head with a message. We put it out there and we say, sing and dance to it and do whatever you will with it,
Right. Well, I can say every day on Brightside, it is half Negro Day.
Oh gosh, well, honey, in my world too, all the time.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, beautiful people, look at the movie. It's they had Negro Day for the black dancers, and then what was it? Corny Collins for the white
Corny
dancers.
Collins council kids, the nicest kids in town.
Played by the host in that movie was James Marsden, also a really nice guy. And basically at the end, I can't tell you the whole thing, but it's a lovely story. I didn't just spit that out you with no context, like I care. Anyway, here we go. Becky said, greatest movie, makes me smile. Very nice.
Thank
How
you.
can people stay in touch with you? I know you don't have the Facebook, but you do have other ways.
I don't have the Facebook. I have the Twitter. I have the Instagram. On Facebook, there's a lot of fake me's, like Nikki Blonsky. It's not me. I just joined TikTok. I am Nikki Blonsky 119 on TikTok, because Nikki Blonsky was taken. So, yeah.
You are on TikTok now?
I am on TikTok. My first video was to Kendrick Lamar's Humble. Are you kidding?
Oh,
You know it. Come on.
that's awesome.
Blonsky can get down with the best of them.
All right, so Facebook, she is not on Facebook. If you see something on there, that's a fake.
I answer all my DMs, and the best way, honestly, to contact me is Cameo.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Those come in and I do them right away. And you can tell me who they're for, what to say, what's it about, who to address, what to sing. I sing in them. So why not? They're fun.
So tell me a little bit more about these cameos. Like, how can people sign up? How can people get like a cameo appearance by you to say to somebody happy birthday or something, whatever, pretty much?
So Cameo is an app that's kind of just like blown up over the past year, I want to say. I've been doing cameos for them for a year and a half, a year and a quarter, really. And my friend Chad Lindbergh, who was in Fast and the Furious, he was the one that was like, hey, have you heard of Cameo? I said, no. He goes, it's a really good way to connect with your fans. And here I am. I have done, I think, over close to 4,000 cameos or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, since I started. It's been really cool. It's so fun. Some of the requests I get. With Cameo, I have been blessed to be a part of people's weddings and promposals and marriage proposals and anniversaries and birthdays and births. And it's just so cool. And it's really nice to be able to just, get to say hi to somebody and try and make their day.
And what is your Instagram handle and Twitter handle?
So Instagram, I have my real name. It's Nikki Blonsky. I was so excited.
Look for the blue check mark or
With
whatever it
blue
is on there
check
now.
mark. I am verified. Yep. But yeah, and I am also on Snapchat. I don't really use Snapchat because I don't really understand it. But
me and you both, sister. We grew up in the same era. So
I grew up in the MySpace generation. So all of this nonsense, what's happening, I'm like, oh, grandma over here is like, can you help me?
What is a snapback, a snap bent, whatever, what is all this? Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Know.
So one more thing, and then I will let you add to anything you want. How does it feel to see someone with a tattoo of you on their arm?
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I opened my DMs one day and there was this picture from this girl and it was my face, like my legit face. And I mean, I have seen like Tracy Turnblad ones before. I've seen like my autograph or like music notes from songs, but I was like, wow, that's really my face. And they did a phenomenal job. So I just said to her, I was like, well, thank you for letting me go through life with you. I was like, that's awesome that you want me. She's like, I want you around forever. I said, well, it looks like I'm not going anywhere. So thank you. I was like, that's pretty permanent.
I actually thought somebody had a tattoo. I met someone who thought, I thought they had a tattoo of me on their arm, but it just turns out it was Medusa, but you can't win them all. Is there anything else you want to add, beautiful Nikki?
Oh my gosh. I just signed on to a movie this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't talk about it, but I'm so excited. It's such a great story. Big departure from Hairspray, very different. And I'm doing a lot of like podcasts for everything that's right, with the Corona thing right now. And I'm also developing my own stuff. So I am keeping busy. I am cranking it out in New York. And I am just so thankful that Hairspray is out right now and people are loving it and finding something and someone to believe in during this dark time. It means a lot to me that it's Tracy and it's somebody that I love dearly. So thank you all. I love you. Watch it, sing, dance, enjoy yourself, get through the quarantine. We'll get through it together, one day at a time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golden Globe nominee Nikki Blonsky. Check out her film on Netflix, Hairspray. It is its 15th birthday. It is a very educational film, and it is a wonderful musical. Check it out. It's also adapted into, it's a movie now. It was once it still is on Broadway, but it was actually made to a movie, a remake actually. So go check it out. Nikki, thank you so much for joining us here on the Facebook. We're gonna have to work on getting you the Facebook.
Well, it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much. I adore you. Florida, be well and hang in there.
All right.
I adore you. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Nikki Blonsky, Tampa Bay, and everyone else. Ciao.